It's the second half of our doubleheader here on Alumni Night in Shaw Gymnasium. I'm Luka Nowinski alongside Steve Lepkowski for another great matchup as the Country Day men's basketball team faces off against Frederick Douglass.
Yeah, it's second half of a great night of basketball, and our men's team is on a 2-game winning streak, sitting at 5-5, and kind of trending in the right direction. Unfortunately, we've all known the start of the season for Anthony Cartwright. He's had an injury from football that's been lingering, but he's starting to move around, starting to get closer to coming back, which will be a huge lift for our team. He was a starter as a freshman, but unfortunately this week, Christian Cass, his injury bug has caught him, and so we're going to be playing without him tonight, and it'll be interesting to see, who can pick up the torch. Christian's off to a fantastic season, leading our team in scoring. He's had some fantastic nights. So it's an opportunity for another player who's been traditionally coming off the bench to start. And, we've got a young team, and so all these opportunities are building for the future. Looking at Douglas, they have a young team too. I look at their roster. They do not have a senior on the roster. So this is going to be probably a fun game to watch with a bunch of younger players trying to set their mark. I bet it's going to be a high-paced, high-action game. And, again, second half of doubleheader on Alumni Night, so looking forward to it.
We'll be right back here just moments away from tip-off. This is your home for Country Day basketball. We will now join public address announcer John Porter for the introduction of the game and our national anthem.
Between the Hurricanes of Frederick Douglass High School and your Detroit Country Day Yellow Jackets. Please welcome our Detroit Country Day School basketball alumni. Tonight we are joined by alumni spanning 3 decades and representing 10 women's and men's state championship teams. Both our women's and men's head coaches are alumni. Welcome back, basketball alums. Now, before we meet both teams and their coaches, the privilege of this game was made possible by those who have fought and continue to fight for the freedoms we enjoy. Let us honor and respect their efforts and sacrifices on our behalf. Civilians, please remove your caps. All veterans, we encourage you to render the appropriate salute. And everyone able, please stand at attention. Place your right hand over your heart and join the Detroit Country Day School Fellowship Choir in singing our national anthem.
We are back here from the Shaw Gymnasium, just moments away from tip-off. And we will meet the starters for this game. Starting with the Hurricanes from Douglas, it's Braylon Murray, Jacody Nathan, Movi Smith-Powell, Dante Burks, and Nazir Briscoe. And for the Yellow Jackets, a little bit of a different look for this starting lineup. It's Isaiah Marino, Evan Singleton, Roman Allen, Cordell Robinson, and Chase Kooks. It's sure to be an exciting matchup. We've seen two. All right, we're back here just moments away from tip-off. This Country Day men's team about to face off against Frederick Douglass Academy from Detroit. And like you said in the pregame, without Christian Cass now, it's sure to be a little bit of a different look for the Yellow Jackets. Interested to see what they can do back here on the home floor in front of a great crowd on Alumni Night.
Yeah, absolutely. Hopefully as these games go on, and who knows how long Christian will be out, but hopefully we can find some other scorers. And then when he comes back, our team is stronger than ever. But, yeah, it's going to definitely, like you said, we have a little different lineup because of that. And, see how our team moves without him on the floor.
Kooks starting it off for the Yellow Jackets. Fighting down low and stepped out of bounds. It'll go the other way.
Yeah, Douglas coming out man early. Looks like we've pretty favorable matchup based on size. They don't have too many post-type players, but we're starting this 2-2-1 press and see if they can handle it.
Jacody Nathan handling it for Douglas. Now it's Smith Poe working on the left side. Country Day with some strong defense to start the night. Nathan.
Yeah, we're doing a good job in this zone, keeping them in front of us and not really making it very difficult to even insert inside the three-point line.
Nathan puts up a three. That one rims out. Offensive rebound. Puts it up and puts it through. That was Briscoe who gets the scoring started tonight here in this men's basketball game, the second half of a doubleheader on Alumni Night. Marino working for the Yellow Jackets. He lost it. Douglas falls on it. And a timeout called by Douglas. And we are pleased to be joined by our sideline reporter and a star from the last game, the women's basketball game, CC Arico. Gavin, take it away.
Thanks, Luca. Hard-fought win tonight, CC. How did you guys pull it out to stay undefeated?
I just think that we played together as a team at the end. I definitely think the middle was a little rocky, but we all just knew we had to win, and we came out strong.
Now that you guys are 10-0, how do you guys keep this momentum going forward through the rest of the season?
Coach does it all the time. It's we against us. Like, it's our team. We're not looking for the next win. We're just looking to get better and keep working hard every day.
All right, thank you. Back to you, Luca.
Thank you, Gavin. Thank you, CC. CC Arico with 21 points in that win over West Bloomfield. Really an impressive showing by that women's team.
Yeah, so now we switch to a man-to-man here and see how this. Douglas doing a good job moving ball around.
Nathan put up a three. That one didn't fall. Kooks with the rebound for the Yellow Jackets, and Robinson will push it up now. Robinson, and a foul call. That one will go against Kooks.
Yeah, Chase didn't get his feet set there. We're doing a little wheel cut there by Cordell, and he just kept moving his feet and ran into the defender. It'll be interesting early in the game. Without Christian, he's been our main scorer, leading scorer by a sizable margin, and so this is going to be a feeling out process before we get our rhythm.
That three doesn't go for Douglas. Looked to be Movi Smith Poe. So Country Day will take over. Just a 2-0 game so far, so Plenty of opportunity for Country Day to kind of figure out this offense and get it going, like you said, without the star player Christian Cast.
Absolutely. I wonder if Coach Nobles goes to more sets, predetermined plays early.
Marino with it. Douglas has some size on the interior, especially with Dante Burks. That shot doesn't fall. Kooks with the offensive rebound, puts it up, puts it through. Kooks on the board for the Yellow Jackets and ties the game in this early stage of the game.
Yeah, great sequence by Chase there. Gets the offensive rebound under control, pump fake, dribble right off the glass.
Burks couldn't get it to fall. Douglas still with the basketball on the offensive end of the floor. Smith Powell will set it up. Over to Nathan on the right side. Gets the screen, bounce pass. Now trying to go inside. That one just flies out of bounds, so Country Day will take over.
Yeah, they had us in a mismatch there with Cordell covering Dante Burks, who Dante's significantly taller than him, and just missed opportunity there by Douglas.
Cordell Robinson working for the Yellow Jackets. Gets the screen from Kooks. Trying to drive, backs it out. Roman Allen on the left side. Back to Robinson, they'll reset. Robinson for three. That one doesn't go. Kooks with the offensive rebound again. Finds Marino. Marino lost it, had to go back and get it.
Yeah, Chase is doing a good job right now, imposing his will, making his presence known in the interior.
Kooks on the outside, looking for a teammate. He'll dribble it himself. Over to the left side. Cordell Robinson driving baseline. Met a brick wall. Back out to Marino. Now Allen for three. And that one goes through. Roman Allen, the young freshman, starting in place of Christian Cast, gets the three-pointer to fall for the Yellow Jackets and get that 5-2 lead early in this game.
Yeah, we showed some great patience because Douglas was doing a great job defensively. They're staying in front of us, rotating the help side, and to be patient, get an open look. It was really good.
Nathan trying to find the open man for Douglas. Dante Burks with it at the top. Now over to Braylon Murray.
Yeah, so far defensively, we're doing a really good job. Like I said, we're staying in front, closing the passing lanes, rotating with help side, and we've really forced them. They're playing, outside three-point line.
Burks for three. Wow. Ties the game.
Yeah, if that's their plan, and maybe that's their strategy, they're just going to shoot a lot of high-volume three-point shots, but I'll take our chances if they're going to try to do that all night.
Roman Allen working. Lots of pressure. Gets it back out to Evan Singleton. Now Marino working against Burks. Puts up a shot. That one doesn't go. Braylon Murray with the rebound. That one's tipped into the air and recovered by Douglas. Smith Powell on the inside. Now back out for three. That one doesn't go. That was Briscoe. And now Robinson takes it the other way for the Yellow Jackets. 5-5 tie game. Robinson for three. That one doesn't go. Rebound for Douglas. It's Smith Poe again.
Yeah, I'm starting to wonder how many points are going to be scored tonight because Douglas is doing a great job on half-court defense. They're struggling a little bit offensively, but their defense is pretty stout.
Just a 5-5 game. We've played 5.5 minutes already. Now Cade Wilhelmy and Jaden Martin come in for some substitutions for the Yellow Jackets.
Yeah, I wonder if Coach Nobles is going to play his post players in tandem at some point because I think we could potentially have a really large size advantage and get some points in the paint.
Foul quickly called against the Yellow Jackets after that inbound pass. Goes against Jaden Martin, so just checked into the game and picks up his first foul. He's a force on defense for the Yellow Jackets, so definitely want to keep him out of foul trouble and limit the scoring. Nathan for three and a foul. That's not what the Yellow Jackets needed.
Yeah, last time out when we were on our telecast was that great game Jaden Martin played. Really got our defense going all game long, was a spark plug. And, if I recall, Christian had a great game scoring, but Jaden Martin really played outstanding defense.
Nathan hits the first of three, breaking the tie. Two for two.
Yeah, you don't see this too often. Every once in a while, you see someone get fouled on a three-point line, but it can, it's a great chance. And if he makes all three like he did, get those at the line, it's a quite costly foul.
Douglas now, after the 3 free throws by Nathan, has a 3-point lead. Marino working on the outside against Burks. Now gives it up to Cordell Robinson. Wilhelmi gets it to Roman Allen. Back to Marino. Country Day is going to need to be patient. Douglas is playing some great defense tonight.
Yes, they are. And we got to keep moving the ball, driving and kicking.
Marino in the corner for 3. That one doesn't go.
That's a good
Smith
look.
Powell with the rebound. Jaden Martin running around with it. Robinson able to corral it for the Yellow Jackets. Finds Roman Allen in the corner. Allen backing it out. Yellow Jackets will reset, and a timeout called by head coach Daryl Nobles.
Yeah, it'll be interesting, Luca, with only 8 players rostered tonight for Frederick Douglass. It's important that we score and then can, off of that, set up our full court pressure and get this game up and down. Similar to how we always talk about the women's team, how they're very good up and down. I think we are too, but especially when you're playing as short roster, and see if we can tire them out, by that mid-third quarter period.
So really low-scoring game so far here in this first quarter, and it feels like this game is going to be won by which team can really defend better. And, Country Day is a team that's used to scoring pretty well. We've seen them struggle to score a couple of times, so far in these broadcasts so far this season, but, especially now without our biggest point scorer in Christian Cast, how is Country Day going to be able to respond, play with intensity on the defensive level, which they have all year so far, but it's really going to be even more important now, especially against a team like Douglas that's going to do the same thing on the other end of the floor.
Absolutely, and that's going to be a billion-dollar question. I think everyone, including the coaching staff, is eager to find out.
Allen for 3. He's got 2 3-pointers already for the Yellow Jackets.
Yeah, great start, and this is what we're talking about with a player of the caliber of Christian out. Find out other scores.
Cordell Robinson with the steal in the fast break. Tried to get it to Marino. That one didn't go anywhere, so Douglas will take over.
Yeah, like I was saying with Roman, he's going to get his opportunity now, although he's been playing this year. Chance to start, and, so far he's grabbing that opportunity. And, the whole goal would be, can we find other contributors, and hopefully Christian comes back, and now we're a much better team for it.
Ethan Bray comes in for the Yellow Jackets. Country Day and Frederick Douglass locked in at 8 points apiece.
Great backdoor.
Nice pass and nice finish. That was Jacody Nathan, who has 5 points tonight. Inside a minute to go in this first quarter.
We were overplaying. Our help side defense was lacking there, and did a great job on that backdoor cut. Get an easy bucket.
Allen finds Marino. Marino trying to work inside. Faced with the height of Burks. Now Jaden Martin with the spin move and the finish.
Yeah, Jaden giving us a little boost offensively, and that's great. Anything he can give us offensively is just a bonus.
Nathan holding it for Douglas. Might want to just take the last shot of this quarter, especially in a game where, one shot might make the difference. We're kind of deadlocked here. Martin with a nice play on the defensive end. Douglas able to corral it back. Bray with the tip. That one goes out of bounds. Should stay with Douglas. 10-10 tie with 8 seconds to go in this first quarter, so they'll have one chance to put up a shot here likely at the end of this quarter.
Yeah, we're definitely in a defensive battle early in the game here. I feel like a little bit of the first half of the college football playoff game between Notre Dame and Penn State last night. We're seeing 2 great defenses on the court tonight.
Smith Poe working inside 5 seconds. Driving, puts it up, blocked by Roman Allen. 0.7 on the clock. And maybe Douglas can get a tip in if they're lucky. We'll see how Country Day's defense can hold under a second to go. And the buzzer sounds. That is the end of the first quarter. We're tied at 10.
Yeah, great quarter. Low scoring, but really great intensity on both ends. with it. And as we do with each of the end of the first quarter, we're going to do our shout out. And today we're going to give a shout out to probably, if you ask Coach Keener, who is a real person who made his program successful, and that is the first lady of the men's program, Nidra Keener, who was his wife. Mrs. Keener was a great lady and was at every game and always next to Coach. And I remember we would go to their house and she would make pancakes for us after Saturday practices, and she would do the scores table. And obviously I know every alum who played here under Coach Keener, the term she was the first lady of the program is what she was. And she's in Arizona with Coach, enjoying retirement. And Mrs. Keener, Lep says hi, and I truly hope nothing but happiness and health in your retirement, and hopefully you can come back up to a game at some point. But just a wonderful lady, and she really is behind the scenes, helped Coach Keener build this program to what it was.
It's really those behind the scenes people that make the biggest impact on programs all throughout sports. We earlier this week, just yesterday actually, had 2 state championship teams go up to our assembly here at Country Day. It was the volleyball team winning their first ever state championship, and then the men's tennis team breaking a drought since 2014 without a state championship. And both head coaches of those 2 teams talked about some people that weren't really a direct part of their program, and that was actually the head coach of our women's basketball team, Amber Dean, who also has a background in sports psychology. She's kind of helped all the teams here at Country Day prepare for games, understand, get mental focus. As physical as sports are, it's the mental focus that really makes a difference. And she's been someone behind the scenes who's helped out a lot of these teams.
Well, absolutely, and that's been a great thing that we've added to our athletic program. And I know Coach Dean, as time goes on, is going to expand it amongst all the teams. But again, just the final thing on Mrs. Keener, just like you said, I know Coach would say there's no way his program would have become what it was, which was a national power, without his wife, Mrs. Keener. And I can't stress enough, like you were talking about Coach Dean with the athletes, I know there's moments where I'm sure Coach would go home maybe after a frustrated day and she would help him navigate that. And you will never find a bigger fan of Country Day basketball than Mrs. Keener. Every game she was, whether she was doing the clock or in the stands, you just knew she was there. And so, again, I like you were saying about Coach Dean, but there's people, you just see the finished product on the quarter field, and you have no idea actually all the people that support the people that you see doing what they're doing.
Yeah, the people in those support roles working behind the scenes, that's really what makes great teams come together.
Absolutely. Well, we're still at 10-10, Luca. Through all that, as this second quarter is underway, I think we're in for a defensive battle. And you said it earlier, this could come to like a 5-0 run, might determine the game. You get 2 trips down the court, score, that could be the separation that it's all going to take tonight.
Like you said, deadlocked at 10-10. It's really a defensive battle as much as you can get in the game of basketball.
Yeah, and I do think it's more that these are 2 good defenses as opposed to 2 offenses that can't score. I mean, I think both sides, you see the help side in proper positions, denial on the wings and ball pressure, and it's everyone. There's no lapses in it. So this is 2 quality defensive teams going at it.
And both teams have been very disciplined. That's a sign of some great coaching on both sides. Country Day obviously led by head coach Daryl Nobles. Douglas led by their head coach Pierre Brooks Sr. 6 minutes to go in this second quarter. Neither team has scored yet in the second quarter. Cordell Robinson taking it down the floor, putting it up and putting it through for the Yellow Jackets to break the tie.
Yeah, nice strong take there by Cordell using his left. Really good job there, not getting out of control on that break.
Nathan drives around Wilhelmi and gets it to fall. Nice job by Jacody Nathan. He's got 7 of Douglas's 12 points tonight. Allen for three. That one doesn't go. Wilhelmy tried to fight for the rebound, couldn't corral it. Josh Brooks got it. And now Braylon Murray taking it up for the Hurricanes.
Yeah, you can see, with Jaden, we can extend this defense. I mean, we're at half court defending the ball. And it's tough to get any kind of offense going when you prevent them even to get inside the three-point line.
Nathan working against Jaden Martin. And a foul called against Jaden Martin. That's his second now early in this game. We'll see some substitutions for the Yellow Jackets. Evan Singleton coming in, as well as Zane Halabi, who we haven't really seen play a whole lot, at least in the home games that we've been able to broadcast so far.
What a great opportunity for Zane getting here in the second quarter. And, again, this is all net effect. Have some players injured, and here's opportunity.
Cordell Robinson with the steal, tried to put it up. That one didn't go, and I'll just say went out of bounds. There was a lot of contact there with Braylon Murray, but when it's all said and done, Douglas will take over.
Yeah, I think Cordell thought that there's a little contact there, but ref didn't see it that way, and here we are.
Nathan trying to take it up, playing a little bit of hot potato with Braylon Murray. Gets it past half court, working against Cordell Robinson. Gets the screen from Burks. He'll reset again. Trying to go inside to Burks. He's fouled on the shot. And he'll go to the line.
Yeah, we've got an undersized lineup of mostly guards right now, and they've got two post players in there, so they have a little advantage inside, and we'll see. This is probably why we're going with the full court pressure to, not let them get it down on the half court. But, it's in these moments, again, there's probably not a lot of points being scored tonight. So with us, with a smaller lineup of guards, are we going to be able to run out for a couple minutes, or are they going to pound it in the paint with their posts?
Country Day with 3 quick fouls in this second quarter, still 4:32 to go, so that'll be interesting to see how that might factor into things here. Burks goes 1 for 2 at the line, breaking the tie, 13-12 Douglas lead. Cordell Robinson taking it up. Trying to get around Murray, finds Ethan Bray in the corner for 3. That one doesn't fall. Rebound for Briscoe. And Nathan will take it up once again. Nathan's done a great job of setting the table so far here for Douglas, but also is their leading scorer with 7 out of their 13 points. He's been a real game changer so far for them.
Yeah, he did. He's great with the ball in his hands, obviously. I mean, he can handle it, and he's creating seams in the defense with his movement.
Murray going inside. Off the side of the backboard, Cordell Robinson taking it the other way. Trying to create a fast break. Halabi puts it up, puts it through. Zane Halabi on the board.
Yeah, great job of Zane running down the court and gets rewarded with putback there.
Burks working. He's got size. He goes down low. It doesn't fall. Robinson with the rebound. Trying to go quickly again for the Yellow Jackets. Backs it out, facing a lot of defensive pressure. That one bounces off of Josh Brooks, and a foul called on the floor.
Yeah, you can see Cordell, last game was the first game without Christian. Up to this point with Christian in the game, Cordell's more of a distributor, get the offense going. He would score as well, but you can see now he knows he's got to enter in the offensive scoring, and so it kind of changes what he's comfortable in doing. And he's going to work all this out, but you can see him definitely more assertive offensively because Christian's not here. And these are all the things that we're going to have to work out over these next several games that Christian's not in the lineup.
Just 3 minutes to go in this first half. Country Day with a 14-13 lead. Nathan's shot doesn't go. Nice job by Evan Singleton to keep the pressure up. Roman Allen now for the Yellow Jackets. Trying to drive in. He's fouled and will go to the line, I believe.
Yeah, really good sequence there by Roman, and he's a great example of, he's a freshman. has been playing from the start of the season, and he gets his opportunity to start, and you can see him growing up before our eyes. Those first couple games, his eyes were probably a little big, and like in the varsity game, and he just looks so much more comfortable now in game 11 on the season.
Allen hits the first shot. Country Day with now a 2-point lead.
And in other news, just got an update, Luca. Our hockey team is playing at home against University Liggett, and they're tied at 0 after 1.
Roman Allen hits both free throws. He leads all scorers now with 8 points. Great job stepping in the shoes of Christian Cast here. Smith Poe working against Cordell Robinson. Trying to drive, gets some help. Now Burks working against Halabi. Smith Poe with the shot, doesn't fall. Cordell Robinson with another rebound, taking it the other way for the Yellow Jackets again, trying to push the tempo. Puts up a mid-range jumper. That one doesn't fall. Burks just reaches over. Everyone gets the rebound. Halabi tried to poke it away, and a foul called.
Yeah, I know Zane got called for a foul, but that's a great job, a back tip, hustle play down the court. And I'm sure Coach Noble's not minding that. Getting a foul on a hustle play is, that's how hard you want your players to play. But we do have an issue now. Douglas is going to be in the bonus for the next 2 minutes.
Burks at the line went 1 for 2 his first time. And hits the first. Isaiah Marino checking back in for the Yellow Jackets.
Yeah, great job by Zane. Coaches getting, giving them high fives, and all the players are happy for him. And these are the positives out of when you have certain players that can't play. Although we would love to have Christian on the court, open some opportunities for other players who don't necessarily get them all the time.
Robinson finds Ethan Bray. On the right side now to Allen. Marino trying to work inside. He goes up, doesn't fall. That one now tipped off of a Douglas player, so Country Day will keep it up 1 just inside 2 minutes to go.
Yeah, a great spin move there by Isaiah, and I think we, for the rest of this quarter, certainly in the second half, we got to intentionally get the ball to Isaiah. He needs to get his hands on the ball and get going.
Held scoreless thus far as we approach halftime. So, yeah, it'll be really important for Country Day to get him involved. We know what he's capable of, and it'd be great to see him kind of start getting that rhythm going.
Absolutely. It'll definitely be something at halftime I'm sure Coach Nobles is going to talk about. Great
Nathan.
Job with Evan on ball pressure.
Evan Singleton creating a lot of pressure. Nathan struggling a little bit with it. Trying to go inside. Country Day takes it away. Marino down low. Puts it up. That one doesn't fall. Offensive rebound for Cordell Robinson. He'll back it out. Robinson driving baseline. Kicks it out to Marino. Douglas thought he stepped on the line. Roman Allen in the corner for 3. That one doesn't go. Douglas will take over. Joel Johnson with the rebound, and Nathan taking it up. Just a minute to go in this first half. Country Day with that 1-point lead, 16-15.
Yeah, we got a defensive battle, and again, both defenses have no let-up the whole game.
Nathan for 3 in the corner. That one doesn't fall. Marino was looking for the rebound. It's tipped out of bounds, and Country Day will take it.
Yeah, both defenses are really playing with energy and intensity, and that's the other thing that affects offensive basketball is if you're exerting so much energy on defense, when you're on the offensive end, it's becomes more difficult. But then we got Chase back in here, and he started the game, did a great job. Hopefully maybe he can get a shot here on the block.
You're hoping with him and Isaiah Marino, and you can get some presence down low. It's something that Country Day's been lacking a little bit so far today. Hoping they can make a bigger impact as we near halftime. Allen taking it up now for the Yellow Jackets. Finds Kooks driving baseline. And they're going to say he stepped out of bounds.
Yeah, an unfortunate, ball hit the line, but you could see that the intention of that set, and that was really good. Getting Chase on the block and attacking the basket.
Under 30 seconds to go now. Nathan taking it up. Nice defensive pressure from Ethan Bray. Now Burks working against Marino. Burks going inside. That one doesn't go. Offensive rebound for Douglas. Nathan will slow it down. Under 10 seconds now. Now 5 seconds on the clock. They'll need to hurry. Nathan, get the feeling he wants a shot. Going inside. That one doesn't go. And we reach halftime. Country Day has a 1-point lead in this defensive battle.
Yeah, great defensive half, Luca. I think I anticipate the same. I think our defenses are going to probably stay the same, but I'm sure Coach Nobles is going to, get some offense up on the board and find some sets that will be successful.
And we're just moments away from an interview. And Country Day, it's been a little bit of an interesting first half. Lots of defense. We're used to seeing a lot more points scored here in the Shaw Gym. So we'll see. Now I'm going to send it down to Gavin Hoppy, our sideline reporter. He's with Country Day assistant coach Dale Brundage.
Thanks, Luca. Coach, tough first half. What are you trying to find to work in that first half?
We got to get the ball down low. We're shooting way too many threes for my liking. Other than that, we're playing a little sloppy, playing a little amped up. We just need to settle down and get some points in the paint.
And then what are you trying to do and adjust in the second half?
We're just trying to settle down. Right now, everyone is playing kind of amped up. We just got to slow down and really focus on getting the ball down low.
All right, thank you and good luck. Back to you, Luca.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, Gavin. Thank you, Coach Brundage. So we're in kind of a deadlock here. Country Day with just a 1-point lead, 16-15 over Douglas. And this defensive battle a little bit different than the identity of Country Day that we're used to seeing. It'll be interesting to see how they can adjust in the second half in kind of a different style of game than maybe they're used to playing. We've seen them play some defensive battles. We saw it last time, I believe, against Canton when they went to overtime. But the offense kind of fired up in the second half and then also in overtime. So we'll see if they're able to do something similar tonight, if the pace of this game might change a little bit.
Absolutely. I'm sure the staff is in there talking with the players about, attacking the basket, get more rhythm, and I'm sure they're discussing amongst themselves, what's the combination of players that's going to work best to, I would say this is a race to 40. We got to get 40 points by the end of this to win. So that's you kind of at halftime in a low-scoring game, you kind of do this math equation in your head. What do we think is going to take the win? Then how do we get there and what players can get us there?
Now, a doubleheader here on Alumni Night means 2 halftime history lessons from Steve Lepkowski. I hear you've got something to tell us about a 1995 team.
Absolutely. This one is there's a lot to talk about this team. So this was Coach Keener's 4th state championship team, the 1995 state championship team that went 26-1. Just a great collection of players. A lot of them I went to school with and know very well and call friends. But as we get to the roster, before we get to the roster, this I believe their only loss was to Battle Creek Central. Really kind of went through the playoffs and controlled in every game. Didn't really have a close one. Eventually got to play East Grand Rapids in the finals. And actually in the first half it was a pretty even game. And then we were only up 2 at the break. And then we opened the third quarter with a 15-6 run. And that kind of ended the game. We never got our lead under 6 and ultimately won 53-43. And this team started the second three-peat. We had a three-peat from 89, 90, 91, and this team started a three-peat 95, 96, 97. And some of these players, they're on the team. Obviously, it was Shane Badier was a sophomore, and he was an All-State. player that year. You know, everyone knows he eventually went to Duke University and played in the NBA, won the NBA championships with Miami. He one thing that not many people know, he was the Naismith Player of the Year in high school and the Naismith Player of the Year in college. I believe he was the first ever to do that. He was a member of our initial DCDS Hall of Fame, and so obviously he was a cornerstone. He was a sophomore, but along with that, in the starting lineup that year, we had 4 seniors, and Jimmy Spatafor was an all-state player. He ended up going to American University, and he played baseball as well, but he was the point guard of the team, just kind of made everything flow. And Gerald Conaway is another senior. He ended up going to Northwestern University to play football. And, Gerald was do-it-all player. He could do anything you wanted. Played defense, slasher on the court, and just one of the best competitors I've known in my life and been fortunate enough to play with. And then Jason Weber, who was a younger brother of Chris. He was a senior that year. He ended up going to Michigan State to play and then ultimately transferring to Central Michigan. He was another all-state basketball player. And then it was rounded out with Jason Carano. And, Jason, he was high-level baseball player. He ultimately went to Eastern Michigan to play baseball and was a 3-year starter, but he was defensive stopper in basketball. He was another person that whatever you needed, he could play, and he really rounded out that starting lineup of that team. And then you had 3 younger players that were freshmen that they kind of took the torch along with Shane from that senior group and winning 2 more state championships. But Mike Mansell, he ended up he was a freshman at that time, post player, went to Central Michigan and played several years overseas professionally. And, I just saw Mike was at our first game at Sterling Heights Stevenson on the road this winter. And, he's a proud father of his oldest son, Mac, is a basketball player for University of Detroit. And his youngest, Mariano, he's at an academy in Utah, and he's a highly Division I recruit. He's got a lot of offers, and he's going to end up somewhere great in a couple years. David Weber, Jason's younger brother and Chris's younger brother, he ended up going to Central Michigan, all MAC player several times, league MVP, played overseas. And then Javen Hunter was the third of that trio of freshmen, and many of you know him as he went to Notre Dame to play football and ultimately had an NFL career with the Baltimore Ravens. And he's a proud father of most of you basketball fans, Jaden Ivey, the Pistons. That's Javen Hunter's son. And, Jaden Ivey just had a pretty tough injury of his own, going to be out the rest of the year. But, that is Javen's son. But anyways, here's the neat thing about this team is they had an unbelievable season, 26-1, win Coach Keener's 4th championship. But as I was, going through the history of this team, and I know several of these players that I call dear friends of mine, these were all multi-sport athletes. So the collection of teams through the whole roster, I started to count how many state championships you had. And so, for instance, in our 94 state runner-up in football, there were 6 players on this roster on that team. There were 5 players on the 95 baseball state championship team. There were 6 players on the 95 football state championship team. When I collected them all, this roster combined for over 40 state championships in Country Day history. It is just mind-boggling to see the multi-sport athlete on this roster. 40 state championships, and 2 of them, Gerald and Jason Weber, came back after college, and they were Coach Keener's assistants on the 2007 state basketball championship team. So it's just what a great collection of people, players. You had Brian Kopsel went up going to play baseball at Adrian College. Ben Upward went and played soccer at Albion as a member of the Albion College Hall of Fame. Alex Greger, he's known for this great catch in the playoffs of the 95 state championship football team against Lumen Christi. You just had so many people. Jimmy Imslam, Brett Imslam were three sport athletes at the school. And so this team is special to me because a lot of my friends experienced this. But I think the true significance of this roster is being a part of 40 state championships collectively over 5 or 6 different sports. So the 1995 men's state basketball state championship, 26-1, our 4th state championship of this program.
Thank you, Coach Lepp. So now we look forward to this second half of basketball here in the Shaw Gym. Once again, I'm Luka Nowinski alongside Steve Lepkowski, about to start this third quarter of action in a very low-scoring game. Now, the last time we saw Country Day play a low-scoring game here in the Shaw Gym on this broadcast, they came back in the second half and just started scoring.
Absolutely.
It'll be interesting to see what kind of trend these two teams play here in the second half, if it'll continue to be a defensive battle, which it kind of feels like that's what it's going to be, as Douglas comes out right away with a steal. Yeah, or if maybe they can start getting the offenses moving.
Absolutely. I think the defense is going to stay the way it is. It's going to be the adjustments and offensively. And can we, like I said earlier, can you go on a 5-0 run? If we went on a 5-0 run right now and it was 21-15, that may be all the cushion we need, And so we can't think in big numbers like how are we going to get to 60 points. But we got to see, can we get 2 or 3 successive trips down the court with the score.
It's crazy to say, but in a game like this, a 6-point lead would feel almost insurmountable.
100%.
Douglas working on the offensive end of the floor.
Yeah, when you see a half of basketball where all these points are scored, you really don't know, is that offense going to travel to the second half or game to game. If you're in a defensive battle for a half, that travels. Very rarely is that going to change. So, yeah, I mean, these two teams are going to play with intensity defensively, and it may mean can you rebound better and get some second chance points. Maybe that becomes the difference in the offense.
We're seeing a little bit of sloppiness now on offense from both teams in the first minute of this second half, so it'll be interesting to see if they can kind of dial that in. We've seen more of defensive prowess throughout the game, but now it's kind of mistakes on offense that are making a big difference. Cordell Robinson going down low, puts it up, puts it through. Country Day could use a little bit of that.
Yeah, great strong take for Cordell. He's been very assertive tonight, which is great. And, we hopefully at our defense maybe create some opportunities with fast breaks. That's what we're hoping.
That's the confidence on offense that the Yellow Jackets need to stay competitive and ultimately try to win this game. What a nice play there by Dante Burks. He's got 8 points tonight.
Yeah, very athletic play. He hung up in there for a while. That was a pretty impressive play there.
Robinson working for the Yellow Jackets. Over to Marino. Hands it back to Cordell Robinson. Baseline jumper falls. Cordell Robinson turning on the offense here in the second half, already with 4 points.
Yeah, he's been, again, like I say, much more assertive, and this is all the, trying to make positives of not having a full roster due to injury. And, maybe he finds his rhythm offensively for the long term during this period of time.
Smith Powell working on the left side against Singleton. Gets it over to Burks up top. Now going down low. It's Briscoe over Singleton. Nice job by Briscoe to get on the board. And now these two teams kind of going back and forth a little bit on offense, something we didn't see in the first half.
Yeah, absolutely. And, when you have two teams that play defense very physical and with intensity, I've started to notice this half, the refs are getting used to contact, and so they're letting them play. And it'll be see who can handle the physicality offensively down the game. That's probably going to determine who wins this game.
Kooks going inside. Can't get that one to go. Douglas will go the other way. Murray taking it for the Hurricanes. Working against Cordell Robinson. Now it's Burks, mid-range jumper. That one doesn't fall. Offensive rebound by Nathan. Smith-Poe with a 3, doesn't fall. Marino with a rebound. And Country Day will go the other way now with a 1-point lead. Roman Allen handling it. Drives, puts it up, puts it through. Roman Allen has been very impressive so far tonight and continuing that in the second half. He's got 10 points to his name now.
Absolutely. What a great performance so far. And I think what Roman did, Cordell's shown it. Hopefully we can get Isaiah attacking the rim. I think that's especially when we're struggling offensively. Go attack the rim. Maybe you get fouled, maybe you don't, but that allows us to have a better chance at second chance points too.
Briscoe going inside and one. Briscoe turning on some offense here in this second half now.
Well, Luca, I mean, this last 2 games we called for in the men's side went to overtime, and early in the third quarter, I wouldn't be surprised if we get down and it's a 2-point game or tied at under a minute to go, and we have 3 in a row potentially.
We've already had 12 total points scored in this third quarter. There were only 11 scored in the entire second quarter combined with both teams. So offense is starting to come to life a little bit like we kind of thought they might. Now Cordell Robinson handling it for the Yellow Jackets with that 1-point lead still. Roman Allen is fouled on the shot, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Yeah, Roman's playing with great confidence tonight, and anytime you have a freshman that can do that, that is really neat to see because it's easier said than done. And he's definitely making a step in the right direction and to be a mainstay in the lineup here.
Great to see that from a freshman. I mean, already playing extremely well in his freshman season, and you can only imagine where that's going to go from here as he progresses throughout his high school career.
Yeah, our freshman and sophomore class has so many talented players and great kids that love basketball, play hard, and Roman is one of them for sure.
Roman Allen hits both free throws. He's got 12 points on the night now. Country Day with a 3-point lead. Nathan tried to go inside. Jaden Martin poked it out. Douglas will keep it on the offensive end. But a great job by Jaden Martin, as we know he can do on the defensive end.
Yeah, he's a dynamic defensive player. He is. Any team would love to have him in the lineup just for what he can do as far as ball pressure on the opposing team's point guard.
Douglas looking to inbound. Finds Burks, and what a block by Isaiah Marino. That one goes out of bounds. It'll stay with Douglas. But another great play on defense by these Yellow Jackets.
Yeah, really impressed that they're able to continue this through the entire game, and there's no let-up. Even though, they're not performing offensively they want.
Burks finds Briscoe. Briscoe has 6 points in this second half. Country Day's lead cut back down to 1. Robinson working. Now Roman Allen kicks it back to Robinson. Robinson trying to go inside, puts it up. It's rolling around, and it doesn't fall. Burks with the rebound.
Yeah, Cordell's been able to do that all night and needs to continue. Even though it didn't fall through the basket. Great take by Cordell, and he's having his way right now.
That foul called on the floor.
It looks like Jaden got picked up his 3rd foul, so the refs are going to talk about it. Hopefully they just got the wrong number on that.
Yeah, it looked to be Cordell Robinson with the foul. I believe the ref might have signaled 14, and it does go against Cordell Robinson instead. So Jaden Martin and Cordell Robinson now each with 2 fouls, which is kind of more where you want to be.
Yeah. Again, with Jaden, is very similar to Sanaya Blackwell on the women's team. Plays such great defenders, but part of that's aggressiveness. So the minute they start to get the 4 fouls, 3 fouls, they kind of takes the aggressiveness away from them.
Nice play by Jacody Nathan inside, taking the lead for Frederick Douglass now 25-24 over the Yellow Jackets. Cordell Robinson working on the offensive end, trying to find some open space. Finds Jaden Martin. He'll kick it out to Marino in the corner. Trying to drive baseline, kicks it back out to Martin. Martin going inside. Floater goes through. Jaden Martin has had a couple of nice shots. He's got 4 points on the night and takes the lead back for the Yellow Jackets, 26-25. Nathan lost it. Tipped out of bounds. It'll stay with Douglas. Country Day doesn't like that call.
That was a great low block by Jaden. You know, we saw him do that a couple weeks ago. Just can't stress enough how of a great defender he is at anywhere when he's on the court. Even when you beat him, you got to watch out for him.
Zane Halabi checks in for Isaiah Marino, so none of Country Day's big men on the floor. Jaden Martin picks it away. He's got a fast break all alone, puts it up, puts it through. Country Day with a 3-point lead.
Great example of that. You know, the Douglas player thought he was being covered by Zane. Jaden saw him turn and just back tips it right out of him.
Nathan fouled by Zane Halabi, so Halabi's got 3 fouls tonight. But he's done a good job on the defensive end.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, Zane is in there to play defense, get rebounds, get some hustle points, you know, on the break. So he's doing everything that Coach Nobles wants him to do.
Did a great job to defend Burks on that play. Burks just had the height advantage, was able to reach over him, but Halabi's been scrappy on the defensive end. It's exactly what you want to see from a player coming off the bench, taking advantage of that opportunity. Ethan Bray's 3-pointer doesn't go. Nathan trying to go quickly now for Douglas. There's a couple of defenders for Country Day down there. Cordell Robinson was there to make sure that shot didn't go through. Roman Allen taking it up for Country Day now inside 2 minutes to go in this third quarter. Robinson drives, floats, puts it up, puts it through. Cordell Robinson has done a great job with those types of drives tonight. He's got 8 points.
Yeah, this is the best I've seen him look offensively all year. Going to the rack, you know, not getting too deep, getting underneath the basket, knowing when to pull up. He's playing great right now.
Smith Powell working. Finds Burks. Facing some pressure from Halabi. Burks driving. Puts it up, and foul called against the Yellow Jackets. That's exactly what Douglas was looking for.
Yeah, you know, they're definitely more of attack-oriented when they get in their offensive set, so I anticipate they're going to continue to do that. But, you know, what we were talking about earlier, we're up 3, but, you know, if we can get a stop and get maybe 2 times in a row consecutively, get points and get up 7, that may be the ball game tonight. You know, just it's a different type game tonight.
Halabi now with 4 fouls. Country Day just 1 more foul away from Douglas being in the bonus, so it'll be interesting to see if that has any factor here as we near the end of the third quarter. 1:15 to go in this period. Country Day, like you said, with that 3-point lead. The offenses have come to life a little bit more. A couple of players have stepped up and found a way to score. I mean, notably Jaden Martin, Cordell Robinson. Roman Allen's been great all night. So let's see if Country Day can really keep that momentum going, maybe even turn it on a little bit more. And, you know, whoever can make a couple of key shots and surpass that really great defense from the other side is going to be the one that can win this game.
Absolutely, yeah. We're at the point where, like you said, a five point lead might be all the difference you need tonight. So we got to get to the fourth quarter, but again, keep playing defense, and you know, hopefully, like you said, our offense can pick up the pace even more.
Little college football playoff update. Ohio State up on Texas 7-0 toward the end of the first quarter here. Douglas gets the inbound to Brooks. Now it's Nathan on the outside working against Jaden Martin. Marino is checked back in for the Yellow Jackets. That's key. And this one's going to go the other way, an offensive foul.
Yeah, I think player Briscoe didn't have his feet set on a pick, but it's fortunate for us. They had a great cut to the basket, that would have been 2 points called off by that block.
Under a minute to go. That's kind of the turn of events that you need. Now Country Day would love to score here. Jaden Martin travels, so it'll go the other way for Douglas now in this 3-point game.
Yeah, I think we're here for the duration. It's going to be a back-and-forth game and close scoring. And again, it's just going to be fun to see as this fourth quarter unfolds in a little bit. Is there a subtle adjustment one of these two teams make that ends up in a victory?
Smith-Poe working against Jaden Martin. Finds the mid-range jumper. That one doesn't fall. Burks with the rebound and the foul, so Douglas will be in the bonus in the closing stages of this quarter.
Yeah, Burks' height all night's given us problems, and that's why I was wondering earlier, they have a couple players that have a significant height advantage on us. Do we shift to have two post players in the game at the same time? Maybe Chase and Cade Wilhelmi's coming in right now, but do you pair Chase and Cade just for a little bit to match up with Brooks and Burks? Because right now that combination for Douglas is really keeping them in this game with second chance points and defensive rebounds.
And having kind of two big men in the game isn't really something we've seen a whole lot from the Yellow Jackets so far this season, so it'll be interesting to see if they choose to maybe adjust the strategy a little bit here. Right now it's just Cade Wilhelmi as the lone big man in the game for Country Day.
Yeah, and we got a little full court pressure here.
Under 20 seconds to go in this third quarter, a 2-point game. Country Day would love a bucket to make it a two-possession game in the closing stages. Under 10 seconds now. Cordell Robinson working, finds Ethan Bray. 5 seconds to go. Inside Cade Wilhelmi, out to Cordell Robinson. Long three, doesn't fall. Jaden Martin's putback won't count. And that's the end of the third quarter. Country Day with just a 2-point, 30-28 lead. What are you looking for in this fourth quarter between these two teams that's going to make the biggest difference?
Well, I think we're going to see probably situational timeouts, maybe earlier than later, meaning both these coaches know every possession is going to be important. So if we, for instance, get a 4-point lead, get a rebound, does Coach Nobles take a timeout, with 4 minutes to go in the fourth quarter, just to get that offensive play set, because he knows if we can get it from 4 to 6, that may be the difference in the game. So I think instead of waiting to use timeouts at the end of the game, there may be situational moments to do a little bit earlier than probably people are used to. The other thing is, for us, I think we got to get Isaiah Marino involved, and we got to force the issue. He's too good of a player. Douglas is doing a good job of kind of keeping him off the stat sheet, but I also think sometimes we got to force it. Too good of a player. He could give us a run of 6 to 8 points in this quarter, and again, that could make a difference. And then finally, and you said it, would they do this is something we're not used to, but do we put two post players in at the same time to help on the glass? Because at this point now, for both teams, second chance points are probably a higher probability than getting a basket within the flow of the offense.
Luka Nowinski alongside Steve Lepkowski. So glad to have you along here in the second game of this Alumni Night doubleheader, and a close fourth quarter, 2-point Country Day lead. It'll be important to see what can happen here. And like you're saying with the timeouts, so Country Day has 4, Frederick Douglass has 3. So both teams will have that kind of play to their advantage and be able to use those. Wow, what a fadeaway shot from Jacody Nathan.
That's in your driveway shot there. Step back off your back foot, rainbow right in the bucket.
Martin baseline doesn't fall. Frederick Douglass will go the other way in a tie game. But Jaden Martin's on the floor, and he got it. Now Wilhelmi going inside. That one doesn't go. Burks with the rebound. Yellow Jackets are scratching and clawing for it. Now Brooks going down low. Wilhelmi was there, but the foul is called.
Great effort on the other end there by Jaden, fighting for that ball. Unfortunately we couldn't score. But that's a good foul. Hard foul, but good foul. at this point, make them earn it on the free throw line. You don't want to give up a free layup because points are at a premium. We'll see if we get the 40 mark. But I felt like a race to 40, and it's probably going to be somewhere in that low to mid 40s at this point is going to win that game. So every bucket is very valuable.
Country Day outscored Douglas 14-13 in that third quarter. Josh Brooks misses the first. They call a delay of game against Douglas. That might have been for that little extra free throw attempt, little practice attempt that Brooks threw in there maybe. And misses the second. So still locked in at 30 apiece. Cordell Robinson taking it up for the Yellow Jackets. Finds Cade Wilhelmy down low. Wilhelmy puts it up. Can't get it to fall. Fighting for the rebound. Jaden Martin is there instead. Roman Allen with it now.
Yeah, great look there. Diagonal pass. And you got to keep attacking the basket. Get the ball in the paint.
Martin to Wilhelmy outside. Roman Allen for three. That one won't fall. Rebound goes to Jaden Martin. Martin puts it up, puts it through. Jaden Martin on the offensive end of the floor has been very valuable to the Yellow Jackets tonight. Not something we're totally used to seeing from him, but really turning it on here in this game.
Yeah, having a great night, Jaden, all the way around. And he really does. He gets this whole team going. That's why he's so valuable on the court.
Burks, nothing going there.
Jaden usually does that primarily on the defense, but if he can add 8 to 10 points a game along with his defense, he can take us to a next level as a team if he can give us this offensive output the way he is tonight.
We're seeing him fight for rebounds at his size. That's not easy to do, especially against Douglas, who's a team that really has a lot more size than we do. He's just doing a great job of making that happen. Cordell Robinson for three. That one doesn't fall. Douglas taking it the other way. Smith-Powell driving baseline. Kicks it back out. He'll try to reset it. It's Briscoe.
Really good
trying to get it to Nathan. Great job by Ethan Bray, and that's a turnover. The Yellow Jackets will take over.
Great effort there defensively. Gets the deflection and can tip it off the Douglas player. And again, you're seeing the whole game. The defense is not stopping. And again, it's the intensity of it, and that is a testament to Coach Nobles and his staff. He's got our players locked in all night long.
That pass flies out of bounds, so Douglas will take over. There's been a lot of turnovers in this game, and, we'll see if one of these teams can clean it up a little bit more, because it feels like the team that can clean up the turnovers might be the team that wins this game.
No doubt. It's going to be a team, limit turnovers, hit your free throws, hit your open shots. You're going to win the game.
Burks for three. That one doesn't go. Country Day trying to fight for the rebound. Guess who got it? Jaden Martin.
Yeah, what a night he's had.
Going the other way. A long pass to Ethan Bray to the corner. He lost it. Nice job by Roman Allen to keep it on that half of the court. Robinson has it now. 5 minutes to go in this game. Country Day with a 32-30 lead. Douglas wanted a travel call against Cordell Robinson there. They won't get it. Martin working. Finds Robinson left side. Yellow Jackets taking their time. Bray in the corner for three. Got it! Ethan Bray on the scoreboard for the first time tonight in a big moment for the Yellow Jackets. 5-point lead.
Yeah, big.
And Cordell Robinson takes it away. He will slow it down for the Yellow Jackets.
Yeah, 5-point lead at this point is huge, and this is what we're talking about. Let's make sure we're running the set we need. This would be absolutely a big time trip down if we can get a basket. You're talking with 4 minutes ago, up 7 or 8 points potentially. Again, that may be the game.
Foul called against Briscoe for Frederick Douglass. That's his third foul. Not a whole lot of players in foul trouble. We saw Zane Halabi with 4 fouls for Country Day. Don't really get the feeling he'll probably be playing a whole lot in this fourth quarter. Cordell Robinson with 3, and then for Frederick Douglass, Briscoe with 3. But not a whole lot of players in foul trouble. We haven't seen a whole lot of fouls in this game, and each team with only 1 foul apiece as we're about halfway through this fourth quarter. Martin working with this 5-point lead. Bray taking it now. Back out to Martin. Martin puts up a 3. He can't get that one to fall, but Cordell Robinson's there for the rebound. Back over to Roman Allen, under 4 minutes to go. Allen gets the screen from Wilhelmy. Just looking for an open space. Bounce pass to Jaden Martin. Wow. Going inside. That one's blocked, and they're going to call it a foul against Frederick Douglass.
Yeah, and he attacked with that drive. He's like lightning. That was pretty impressive what Jaden just did. He got fouled, and hopefully, he looks like he may have twisted his ankle, but hopefully he can make these free throws. Again, at this critical moment, up 5, get another bucket or 2, get this to a 3-score game. It's just the rate of scoring being so low, it's just going to be difficult for Douglas to come back.
Martin hits the first free throw. Marino coming in for Wilhelmy. We're going to hope to see Marino get involved in the offense. Doesn't have any points so far tonight. Martin can't get the second free throw to fall, so Country Day with a 6-point lead, which feels huge in this game, 36-30. Country Day with some full court pressure now.
Yeah, our ball defense is great. I mean, we are just how we were all game, and it's really difficult for them to start the offense by the three-point line, which
Nathan working and picked away by Ethan Bray. He's had some nice plays on the defensive end. Martin, the alley-oop from Marino doesn't fall. Foul called.
What a great lob by Jaden. Great effort by Isaiah to try to get that. Would have brought the house down if we could have got that. But, again, Isaiah's doing a great job. He's obviously probably frustrating game for him, not in the score sheet quite yet, but he's still playing defense, still running down and getting on that break to make that opportunity. And these are the kind of things he can help at this moment. There's no one else on our team that can take a lob and dunk it. So the fact that he's running to give Jaden that opportunity on it speaks a lot about how hard he's playing when on a night where he's probably, like I said, a little frustrated.
Marino goes 1 for 2, 37-30, Country Day lead. Brooks for 3. That one doesn't go. Burks with the long rebound, puts up a mid-range jumper, and Isaiah Marino was there. Allen will take it up for the Yellow Jackets, slow it down inside 3 minutes to play. Martin over to Bray in the corner, back to Martin. Martin will take his time if he needs to. Martin lost it, but Marino with the tip. Now gets it up to Brooks. Brooks trying to drive for Douglas. Now over to Johnson, who puts it through. He's in the score column for the first time tonight. And a timeout call looks to be by Douglas.
Yeah, so here we go, 2:35. I'm sure both teams reviewing all end-of-game things that you go through, how many timeouts you have. Hey, if Country Day's end is probably, let's be intentional on offense. Let's only take an open shot. Doesn't necessarily have to be a layup, but if it's a jumper, make sure it's just clean jumper. Don't force anything. Douglas is probably talking about let's increase the pressure a little bit. If we have to foul, who are we fouling? And, constant reminders of where the possession arrow is and all those things that you go through on the back end of a game. But, 2:35 to go, our ball, again, if we get a bucket here and get this thing to 7 or 8 points, 2 minutes to go, we're going to be in a great spot to get the second victory of the night for Country Day basketball.
Possession arrow is in favor of the Yellow Jackets. Country Day with a 5-point lead here on Alumni Night. 2:35 to go. Also possibly coming into play as well, Douglas with 3 fouls this quarter, 5 to get in the bonus for the Yellow Jackets, so that'll be important down the stretch, especially if Country Day can get to that free throw line. That might be the way for them to ice the game in a game with not a lot of shot opportunities.
Absolutely. We've got to break this press right here, and let's try to get a really good, clean shot on offense.
Robinson taking it up. Facing a little bit of pressure. Gets it to Isaiah Marino. Now Roman Allen on the left side. Robinson will slow it down. Now driving is Robinson. Bounce pass to Marino. Marino kicks it out to Ethan Bray. Now Roman Allen, who's had a great night.
Great job by Roman. Really mature move there. We get a set, don't get a shot, gets kicked back out, and he resets the offense. Great job by him.
Robinson inside. Great job by Cordell Robinson. He's got 10 points tonight. Widens the lead for the Yellow Jackets.
Yeah, that was pretty impressive out of the timeout. Really great patience by our team there. And now we want to have ball pressure, but we don't have to overplay. We don't want to foul. We don't want to give up a backdoor cut. Just got to play solid defense.
Smith Powell driving. Kicks it out to Burks. Burks working against Marino, trying to get inside. Smith Powell puts it up, puts it through. He's got his first points of the night. And Frederick Douglass will call another timeout. They'll have one remaining. Country Day has 4. So if they want to use them, they have them in their back pocket.
Yeah, so now we're at a minute 30. Minutes past, still 5-point game. So, at this point, it's going to be tough for Douglass not to foul. Maybe overplay and try to get a steal until they get in the bonus, but I think you have to start talking about fouling because, this thing gets under a minute. Again, we're going off the backdrop of offensive production tonight. I don't know if I would wait long to foul. I think I would be aggressive with it to see if make it a free throw game.
We're back into kind of a lower scoring quarter after a third quarter that produced a lot of points. Country Day scored 9 this quarter. Douglass only 6.
They heard me race to 40, so it's going to be right on the button. This is, even though we had that uptick, the theme of the night is defensive battle, high pressure, high intense basketball. So not shocked that it's not evened out now.
Robinson taking it up for the Yellow Jackets, kicks it out. Ethan Bray for 3. That one's a little too strong. Cordell Robinson with the mid-range jumper. That one doesn't go either. Douglass will take it the other way. 5-point Country Day lead. Nathan with the speed, he'll back it out. Nathan on the left side working against Bray. Now Jaden Martin finds him. Ball flies down the floor.
What a great job by Jaden. And, it's tough. It's a 5-point game, and you don't want the kids to stop playing hard, but I do think we just got to be careful not to get a reach, get a costly foul.
Nathan taking it up the floor against Jaden Martin inside a minute to play. Country Day with a 5-point lead, and that'll be a foul against Jaden Martin. That'll be his third of the game. Country Day only with 2 fouls this quarter, so plenty of fouls to give inside a minute to go. They can be a little bit aggressive. They can be physical if they need to. There's plenty of opportunity for that without any trips to the line for Douglass.
Yeah, absolutely. And I just say we just got to be mindful of not being too aggressive, giving up the backdoor cut. We can just play solid defense in front, which we've been doing all night long.
Burks working for Douglass. Country Day's defense, especially by Isaiah Marino, forcing them to go slow. And you can't do that within a minute. Murray just puts up a shot. That one doesn't fall. Cordell Robinson brings it down. And with a 5-point lead, Douglass backs off the pressure.
Yeah, Coach Noble's reminding Cordell, hey, we're in the lead. We don't need to, I think the last set we were just too anxious, a little aggressive. We didn't need to shoot at that point. Coach Noble's reminding Cordell, like, hey, you're the point guard. We're up 5. They've got to follow us. Let's play with the lead.
Briscoe with his 4th foul of the night. And Douglass with their 4th foul of the quarter, just inside 20 seconds to play now. Martin looking to inbound for the Yellow Jackets. Finds Cordell Robinson inside 20 seconds to go, and that will be their 5th foul of the quarter and put the Yellow Jackets in the bonus and now at the line.
Well, it looks like we have a defensive battle in that CFP game with Ohio State and Texas. Still 7-0 late in or mid-second quarter. So it's defensive game last night in that CFP tonight, and here we are in Shaw Gymnasium with a defensive battle on alumni night.
Cordell Robinson able to hit the first free throw. He's got 11 points now tonight. Roman Allen with 12. Jaden Martin contributing 9 for the Yellow Jackets. So a great job by some of these guys to kind of step up in the place of our leading scorer, Christian Cast, and making a difference.
Absolutely. It's what it's all about, with being a team. You got to, sometimes you have everyone available, sometimes you don't. And in times of not, everyone else step up.
Nice job by the Yellow Jackets to get that offensive rebound, and now Roman Allen at the line. Allen, the freshman, hits the first.
What's nice about the two games tonight were the intensity of both of them. The women's game that played so hard back and forth against a really good West Bloomfield team, and it's the same thing here. Two different types of games, but the effort and intensity that both our clubs played with was great to see. Very similar efforts.
Allen hit both free throws. Marino taking it up, just 3 seconds to go, and he's fouled. So Marino will go to the line for 2.
We're going to go ahead and win this game, and that'll be 3 in a row for our men's team, and that's great. They're building. They had little back and forth, up and down start to the season, but now we got 3 in a row, and you start stacking wins and get more confidence, and you can see them all, growing as the year goes along. And I think for Coach Nobles, it's all about to get yourself in the best position for the playoff run, and hopefully again Anthony Cartwright comes back and be healthy. Christian Cast, and if we're all whole with all of our players, we're going to have a great chance to make some noise in March.
And now wins can come in all different shapes and sizes. We saw a defensive battle here tonight. Score of 43-34 with a tick on the clock to go. And that will do it here from the Shaw Gymnasium tonight. Our final score, Country Day able to defeat Douglas 43-34. We've seen them win in all types of different ways. We've seen it in overtime. Now we see it in this kind of defensive, really just battle. And they were able to overcome it. They struggled with their offense. We spoke with assistant coach Dale Brundage at halftime, and, they were trying to figure out how they can overcome this. They knew they wouldn't, go into a shootout with this team. But
right.
To be able to take advantage of the little opportunities that they were given, go inside, make the plays that they needed to in every given moment, and ultimately come out on top.
Yeah, absolutely. These are all the unique experiences, and any team that is ever a championship team, and whether it's a district championship, regional, state championship, you have to have the ability to win in different ways. And I think that's what today we're able to win a low-scoring, hard-fought defensive game. And so I think Coach Nobles and his staff, they probably going to sit back and obviously wish they had done better offensively. But when you take a breath from the game, you're like, you know what? This is great to know that we can hang in there, play great defense, and win this type of game.
Yeah, really an impressive performance by the Yellow Jackets tonight, and in a game that, is not necessarily completely conventional for them, able to come out on top with that 9-point victory, and really great for them to get that 9-point victory. Now I'm going to kick it down to Gavin Hoppy, our sideline reporter. He's with Jaden Martin from the Yellow Jackets.
Thanks, Luca. Now, Jay.
Yes.
Hard physical win tonight. What does this team have to say for this big win?
I would say it was a tough win, long night, but we got the job done. That's all that matters.
And what connection does this team have to win games like these?
Staying together, building our chemistry, and, just staying together.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Back to you.
Thank you, Gavin. Thank you, Jaden. So a really impressive game from the Yellow Jackets tonight, overcoming some real struggles, some real challenges that Frederick Douglass posed to them. Final score of 43-34 for Gavin Hoppy. For Steve Lepkowski, I'm Luka Nowinski signing off from this Alumni Night doubleheader. Good night.